There we go. And can you turn the light off, please? Okay. Tutorial. So what do we need to see?
A lot.
A lot? Good.
Wait, that's one. One linear, one quadratic. Page 26, 2G.
Let me open it up here. So.
So what would we do first?
Linear and quadratic.
One linear, one quadratic.
One linear and one quadratic. Question 2G. What the heck is wrong with this piece of junk? There we go. Okay. 5x plus 2y equals 0 and minus 5x squared plus 8xy plus 4y squared equals 0. Infinite answers. Hey! What language are you speaking to him? English. I was talking to Sean yesterday and he told me he only likes English. Okay. Right, Sean?
Yeah.
Right? So much English. Okay. So here, I think what I'll do first is I'll factorize this. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay.
Minus 5x minus 2y. Minus 2y.
And 5x.
No, just x.
Yeah, of course, yeah. X.
Minus 2y.
With another minus. Yeah. Equals 0. Or I prefer 5x plus 2y minus x plus 2y equals 0. Now, this is the thing. You want 1 and 2, and now this is 2. I've just simplified it a bit. You want 1 and 2 to be true. You need 2 equations. However, if 1 is true, then 2 is automatically true as well.
Yeah.
Can you see why? Because if this is true, then so is this.
Yeah.
In other words, we have this problem. If I asked you to solve this, why is this impossible to solve?
Because it's the same.
It's the same. This follows from this. So you don't really have 2 equations. And the same thing is happening here. You don't really have 2 equations. You actually only have 1 equation, which makes it impossible to solve. So as long as this is true, then you guarantee the second one is true. So 5x plus 2y equals 0. Wasn't that it? Yeah. So that means y equals minus 5 over 2x. So as long as x and y satisfy this, then they're both true. So for example, one solution is 0, 0. Another solution is 1 minus 5 over 2. Another solution is 2 minus 5, etc. 3 minus 15 over 2. So this is why I said infinite solutions, because you can pick any point on this line and both equations will be true, because if this is true, then this is true, and if this is true, then this is also true. So this is why I said infinite answers. Any point on this line will solve the system. Yeah. Does that make sense or not? Anybody get close to getting that? Close, but so far. Yeah. You seem so unhappy with this answer. So like profoundly unhappy. What's making you so unhappy with this?
The fact that it's infinite.
I make it look simple. Okay, what's next? On which worksheet? Sorry, which one? Binomial. Oh, 5, yeah. Okay. Can I scroll down now? Yep. Okay. Let's have a look at number 5 here. Okay. That's some good maths. Okay. Px plus q power n equals minus 64 minus 96x minus 48x squared dot dot dot, and I also tell you that p is a negative and q is a negative. Yeah? Okay. Let's see now. So, what to do first? Now, Sean, you know this word. Come on. No, Sean's going to give me the verb here. No, the other one. Oh, Sean.
You can do it.
Expand.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Expand. So we need to expand on the left here.
Yeah.
So on the left, we have NC0 PXQ plus NC1 PXQ plus NC2 PXQ dot 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 dot. Now powers. What power on the X here? 0, 1, 2. And here?
N minus 2.
Okay. Now on the left, what's NC0? Well, it's always 1 because the first row is always the row always starts firstly with a 1.
Yeah.
And NC1 will be n because the second number is always the row number.
Yeah.
We notice in Pascal's triangle. Next one's a bit harder to calculate. NC2 is n factorial over 2 factorial n minus 2, which is n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, etc. over 2, 1, over n minus 2, n minus 3, etc. Cancel, 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 cancel. A half n squared minus a half n is what you're left with. Okay, so before I go back to the question, maybe you just want to write this side note down on the side. And then I'll go back to the main action. Can you see these? Yeah. Okay. Can I go back?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we know that this is 1, this is 0, so this is Qn plus npqn minus 1x plus a half n squared minus a half p squared qn minus 2x squared. By comparing, we can say qn must equal minus 64, npqn minus 1 must be minus 96, and this must be minus 48.
Yeah.
Okay. Qn equals minus 64. npqn minus 1 equals minus 96. And a half n squared minus a half n, thank you. P squared qn minus 2 must equal minus 48. Now here's the trick. You can change this into npqn over q. Which is good, because what you can do is you can take this, which is minus 64, and put it into that. So you get n minus 64 p over q equals minus 96. So that means P over Q equals, what's 96 over 64? Is it 3 over 2? 3 over 2n. Yeah? Now this can be rewritten as a half n squared minus a half n P squared Qn over Q squared, which can be written as a half n squared minus a half n P over Q squared qn equals minus 48. But taking this and putting it in here for the qn, and taking this and putting it in for the p over q, gives a half n squared minus a half n 3 over 2n squared, minus 64 equals minus 48. So now we get n squared minus n over 2 times 9 over 4n squared equals 48 over 64. What's that? 4 over something. A half? No. Oh, 4 over 5. 8 over 6. No. 6 over 8, perhaps. Let's see, 4 goes into that.
6 over 8.
12. 6 over 8?
Okay.
Also known as 3/4?
Yeah, 3 over 4.
Okay. Right, so now we get 4n squared minus n times 9 equals 3 by 4 by 2. 24 n squared. Dividing by 4. 6n squared. So I have 9n squared minus 6n squared minus 9n equals 0. 3n squared minus 9n. n squared minus 3n. n minus 3. n can't be 0, so n is 3. I feel that's wrong. Oh no, it's right. Now that I have the n, I can easily get the p and the q, because earlier I said, what was it, qn equals 64. So if q cubed equals 64, then that means q must equal, minus 64, then that means q is what, 4? 4 by 4 is 16, but yeah, q is minus 4. And now that I have the q and the n, I can get the p somehow. Oh yeah, because earlier I said this. So that means p over minus 4 equals 3 over 6. So that means p is minus 2. So I have my 3 answers now. Now, that was a good question, wasn't it? Yeah.
Go up a little bit. Yeah.
Huh? All of it? Can you still see it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, you don't need the answer at the end because you have the answer in the book, so you just need there. Where's Khaled?
It's
Okay, he's not at immigration or anything like that then.
He said he's gonna leave this college.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, yesterday.
He is unhappy then.
No, I mean he got a step letter from the DIT, so he's gonna transfer the DIT on January.
So he's off to DIT in January.
Yeah.
To do engineering.
Yeah.
Ah.
So he doesn't need to stay here. And
So
I asked him, what about your money? And he said, his country fund everything, so he doesn't need it.
money is not important.
Yeah.
Or I should say you don't have to worry about money. Yeah.
So rich. Dubai. Yeah.
Okay, do you have that written down now? Okay, what's next then? No, some people are still writing. Anyways, what is next so I can look at it? How is it? Are the only two problems from the whole week? That was it? Let me just check something here for the physics students. When's your assessment support today? Yeah, you didn't fully hear me. When is your assessment support today? Question mark. Next class. Okay. Oh, sorry, I keep calling it assessment support. It's exam prep.
Everything that you learn this week.
No, it's a mechanics exam prep, but what was it? No, I don't have the topics from this week on it. I think I might do that in the next one. Yeah.
So it includes rocket science.
No, that'll be in the next one as well. Yeah, well, I have the lesson a bit more structured than that. So, for example, what I was picturing was, before you start the questions, you read the questions, and I wanted you to find which lesson that question matches. So, for example, if it was a rocket question, then you write the name of the lesson down. I tried to structure the lesson when I gave it to Connell to give you just some exam preparation skills, looking at the question and knowing what lesson you might need to review, where in the syllabus is this topic, you know, can you draw the diagram for it, stuff like this. Okay, so what you can do, if you have no questions, you can work on your maths or your physics homework, and I can help you if you get stuck. You probably don't have your maths homework finished, or you do? I don't know. All your maths is finished? Even though you don't have maths? Well, I guess you have maths tutorials today. What about the physics homework?
No, a lot of them.
There's a lot still to do?
Yeah.
From when?
Projectile.
From Monday.
No. The last lesson.
From projectiles? We did that ages ago.
No, I have done the latest one. That's what it's done.
You have some built up work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so can you work on that now? And I'd like to go around and just have a look at your notebooks for maths and physics, just to see how it's going.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course. And I could. Is it individual?
Not that kind of, I want to know what part is mechanics and what part is like for physics. You cover the mechanics part, and I want to know what part is mechanics part and what part.
We're still doing mechanics.
We're still in mechanics.
Yeah, we're still doing mechanics. The next topic will be electricity.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll start that until after the mid-term break. So the mechanics is actually quite big. It's a big part of the course. So probably what will happen is half the semester will be mechanics, a quarter will be electricity, and a quarter will be materials and heat. So the course will be like half, quarter for the first semester. So mechanics is half the first semester. There's a lot to do. Bruce, did you write this down?
Yeah.
Yep.